Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 21 of Aston Villa Raise the Holte. Today we're going to play Huddersfield at home and Stoke away. What we need to do first, though, is just quickly review the last two games. Now, after our win away to Burnley, we hosted Manchester United. As you can see, it was a 0-0 draw. We set out to spoil them. We did a pretty good job of that, to be fair. There wasn't really many chances in the game. We parked the bus on Mourinho. It was a real dull affair. 0-0 was really the only result. I don't think any team could claim to have deserved to win. Then we played Arsenal, and this was just a weird game. Let's start by saying that Arsenal were by far the better team. They had 37 shots on goal, 21 were on target. Golini was just epic. He saved two penalties, neither of which should have been given. Two of their goals looked to be offside to me, but somehow we stayed in the game. Hogan got two goals. We were just outplayed. There's no way around that. We didn't deserve to win, but yeah, two penalties that were saved and then two offside goals that shouldn't have stood. I mean, you could say we could have won, but we really didn't deserve it. So where that leaves us in the table is we're now 7th. We're equal on points with Bournemouth, inferior goal difference, but as you can see, we have today's game in hand. So if we can win this, we can go back up to 6th, and 6th, I think, is going to be a European spot. So we can always dream of Europe still. So let's have a look at what we're going with today. We're going back to the 4-3-3. We've got Mings back at left back. Otherwise, it's the usual back four. Jedinak, Bjornsson, and Horahan in midfield. Horahan isn't as effective as an advanced playmaker. I'm considering maybe switching them back halfway through the game if it doesn't work. Matt Virtue's good on the bench. We also have Tishbola, who's done well when he's come on. So the midfield, not convinced by that. Then we're going with Grealish and Gill as inside forwards, supporting Hogan up front. He scored 2 goals against Arsenal. We can't not play him. We've got Wilson on the bench if we do need him. Okay, you see here they got Jack Wilshere. I did actually put a bid in for him or offer him a contract in the summer, but I think he's on 80 grand a week or something. I didn't really want to pay that much for someone as injury prone as he is, so we didn't go through with that. But it'll be interesting to see how he does. So we're at home. Yeah, we're the favourites. Let's show them why. Oh, that didn't go down well at all. This is a flashback to the old team talks, isn't it? For those who are relatively new to the channel, first season, or first few games of the first season, every team talk I gave was just, I seemed to piss the players off, and I think that they went out to just shut me up. Oh, we're going back to this, are we? Okay. Excuse me for the throat clearing. Obviously, they don't want to be spoken to passionately today, so that's fine. We switch them around mistakenly. We're trying to speak to Gil. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Now, Huddersfield are a mid-table team this season, so it's the sort of game that at home you would want to win. I am a little bit wary of them. They do have some good players in their team. Moy and Wilshere are very creative players, which is a little bit worrying. Fullbacks are getting forward. So, having seen that, I'm pretty sure we're just going to want to clear ball at the flanks. I don't know that we want to counter them, but I definitely think we're going to be able to exploit that. Especially if we can get the ball out wide quick. So pretty even game so far. We're just shading possession. Shots. No one's really had a shot on target yet. A couple of long range sighters. Let's give them a concentrate. I scouted Aaron Moy as well, obviously, another one of my fellow Australians. He's rated 4-star. I don't necessarily think he is the sort of player necessarily that we need. Let's demand more. We're not quite at this. Grealish on a card. Grealish has been really hot and cold lately as well. I know that some of you guys in the comments have wanted me to play Grealish, and I do like Grealish, and he does, when he plays well, he's really effective. You know, he gets lots of assists, lots of goals, but when he's just not at it, he's really, really not at it. Alright, why do I feel like number 12 is our right back trying to get back? Oh. Yeah, we're not great here, are we? Come on, Bjornsson, stop the cross. That's a rubbish cross. Golini's turning into quite the goalkeeper for us. He has when he signed his new contract, there was a release clause in there. I think it was for a Champions League club. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried that we might need to be in the Champions League soon, or else we're not going to keep him. But as we've seen, we're quite away. Here we go. We're here. Forehand to Grealish. Grealish! Oh! Offside. Yeah, I mean, we're figuring out that step up between the top of the rest and the Champions League, the European spots, is quite big. This year, I think just through consistency, we've got ourselves ahead of Spurs, which is good, obviously, but yeah, Arsenal, Chelsea, although Chelsea we've beaten them twice, but the Manchester teams, it's a completely different ball game to be competing with them week in, week out, I think. Okay, so given that my team talk didn't go down too well at the start, to come in 0-0 is maybe not the worst thing. Let's try playing maybe balanced, maybe more mixed passing. We'll see how that goes. So Grealish on a yellow. If he's not playing well after say 60 minutes, I think Green's on the bench, so we might look at taking him off for Green. The other thing we can look to see, another terrible pass, Grealish. Another thing we could look to do is maybe go 2 up top, play Gill in behind, and then maybe play Taylor. Oh, Hogan's injured, so there goes the 2 up top idea. Yeah, we're not at this today. I'm thinking we need to change things. Let's let this highlight play out. Grealish. Can we clear that? No. God damn it. Okay, so I think we're gonna try this. Wilson for Grealish. Let's try Carlos Gil, but we'll play him in behind there. So we need to take Hogan off. For Taylor, we'll put Taylor out there for Mings. We'll see how this goes. We just need to make sure that these two are going to be marking the fullbacks. We'll have him mark the left guy so he plays out right, because that's where he's stronger. And we'll have Wilson mark the guy on the right so he's playing on the left, because that's where he's stronger. Yeah, I mean, I think we have to change something here because we just have not been at it. I mean, I don't know what Grealish is doing there. He's really frustrating, which is probably exactly what he's like in real life from the impression you get, but here we go. Wilson, can he get onto that? Wilson! Goal! I don't know if we can claim tactical masterstroke given that it was a set piece, but I'll claim the sub. That was Wilson running onto that ball. Beautiful. Straight back. Okay, let's give them a concentrate now. Let's not throw that away. Carlos yields on a yellow. Okay, now let's not go and concede a set piece. Wilson nods it on. Who's up there? Carlos yield. No, he's not the quickest, but he does have Wilson up with him. We have somebody running through the middle here. Is that Taylor? Crossfield ball, beautiful to Conti. Can we find Wilson in the middle? No. Wilson! Oh, he's offside. I think Wilson was actually offside. It just got a little bit scrappy at the end, didn't it? This is definitely much better though. Okay, can we get a... let's go and encourage. On the attack again, Wilson. He's got men with him through the middle, but straight into Bjornsson. Bjornsson's through. Bjornsson! Bjornsson! Oh! How has he not scored? Our shooting... if we can just find some clinical shooters... It's just so many times this season that has been just not putting chances away like that. One of my main things for this summer is to really try and improve the coaching staff too. We pretty much have the staff we started with, so I really want to try and improve that because it's essentially a championship coaching staff, and I think we can definitely do much better. Here we go, Wilson's through. He's got two men in the middle and goes himself. Ah, that's frustrating. So this game has really opened up. Horahan, can he clear it? He can. Does he find a teammate? He does. Wilson. Oh, it's his second yellow. Is that Saka? Is it Zaka? So he or Zenka. Zenka. That's. Yeah, on your bike, son. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Is there anything? Just a highlight. One highlight. No. Looks like they've shut down. Well, we're now in the 9th minute of 5. And there it is. Well, disappointing I would say, but it was a definite improvement when we changed that formation around. So that's beginning to look as though it might be our go-to formation now, because our wingers just have not, that simply put, we should have won that game. Our wingers just haven't been at it. I feel like we get the best out of Gilles playing him sort of in behind like that. And yeah, Grealish, Green, none of them have really... We'll give him an assertive. Oh, I'm not going to say you let us down. That seems a little a little harsh. Well, he was injured, so we won't criticize Hogan too much. Oh, but I can't help but feel like that in the context of the overall season that's 2 points dropped. Where are we here? Table. It does keep us back above Bournemouth, but I think that's any chance we had, which was not very much, of getting into the top 5 there. I think that's gone now. But still 7 games to go. So what we'll do is I'll just quickly play ahead to Stoke, and then we'll go to Stoke away. Okay, welcome back. Now, as you can see, we're about to play Stoke. Now, we've been given a nice little boost because Brighton has gone to Bournemouth and beaten them. So we can open up a 4-point gap here with a win over Stoke. I've had a change of heart. We are going to stick with this formation with a slight tweak. We're going to play Grealish as a winger, try and keep him out wide. We're going to play Gilles as an advanced playmaker, and then Bjornsson as this Carrilero, which basically is, it's like a box-to-box, but sort of midfield to midfield. So he'll operate in that area in the centre of the pitch rather than necessarily the whole pitch, if that makes sense. He's sort of a midfield to midfield. So hopefully that will work. Okay, so we can see the way that they're lining up. It's almost a standard formation, isn't it, these days? Still disappointed about that Huddersfield game, to be honest, but yeah. Can we passionately go out and call it? I don't really understand why this would be an upset at this point of the season. I feel like we have proven ourselves to be a decent team. Okay. So this is another one of those games where we're away from home. It's against a team that you'd like to think we can beat, but realistically, maybe a draw is okay. Robert Snodgrass has hurt himself again, so he's gone for another 3 or 4 months. It's a recurrence of the hip injury he had. Obviously, I'd rather have him available. I don't believe in the team we've had today. That could be it for him, couldn't it? I mean, he has the summer to recover. We'll see how he comes back next season. But yeah, I mean, at the start of the year, it looked like it was $5 million well spent bringing him in, especially with Diamati retiring. It's beginning to look as though maybe we could have spent that money elsewhere, but we'll see. He's only 31, so there is still time for him. Okay, so how is this going for us? We're not having the most of the ball. That's not the end of the world. We're coming back into it now. Not a highlight to be seen. Maybe demand more. They have a lot of guys sort of playing on an injury there, don't they? Alright, this is boring, isn't it? Alright, here we go. Mika Richards. He does have a bit of a throw on him into Carlos Yule. Yule, can he pick someone out? He's got Horahan on the edge of the box. Oh. Horahan can whack him in from there. We saw it from him multiple times last season. Are there going to be any further highlights, or is this it? Not quite at it today. Alright, here we go again. Carlos Yule, can he pick someone out? Got a man free on the edge of the area. He's dinked it in nicely. No. Alright, Hogan retrieves. What has he got? Back out to Gilles. It's not the best angle to be watching at here. Gilles, ball into the box. No, well cut out, you have to say. Don't let them counter. We look at that 4 men running around together in the middle of the... Berahino, you'd be unlucky if he scored. Alright, Golini up. Hogan, no, he's never going to win that. It's not his game, is it? It's the ball out. Conti's there. Can he pick out a teammate? He can. Richards up to Bjornsson. Bjornsson to Jedinak. Jedinak picks out Gilles nicely. What's he got? What sort of magic? Conti's going down the outside. He's been robbed. This is that sort of scrappy play that tends to lead to goals, isn't it? Not good. I don't know what to yell at them. Concentrate, calm down maybe, I don't know. You can just see when the passing like that breaks down, and so it's almost a complete replay of the Huddersfield game, isn't it? Just a terrible first half. Let's maybe too harsh going aggressive. Alright, can we bring them back with some unluckies? Is there anything we should change here? Maybe be a little bit more flexible. Should we? Let's attack a bit more. Let's have a go at them. I mean, no one's playing absolutely terribly. It's just we're not creating much. All right, so we've got the kickoff highlight here. Can we get an early goal? Chances are no. No, we cannot. Okay, we'll give it another 5 minutes here, and then we'll have to make some changes. Let's try exploiting clearing. Maybe push up higher. Close down. I did back off the closing down because I felt like we were getting caught out a little bit too much, but I don't know that that's necessarily wrong button. Okay, so do we do 2 up top again? Alright, let's try. Virtue's done well when he's come on for us, so let's try him. Maybe in the Mazzala. If he drifts out, yeah, so he might really, anyway, we'll try that. Don't know if you can hear that banging. I think the house is collapsing next door. Apologise if you can. Okay, so what have we got here? Any sort of response. I mean, even Yadanak's not playing well, and when that happens, you know that it's just not happening for you. Alright, come on, get creative. Okay, Carlos Yo. What have we got? Into Virtue. Virtue to Horahan. Horahan picks out the Stoke defender. Alright, Yadanak wins it back. Come on, Villa. Alright, that's a nice ball forward. Bullied off the ball. Is this the counter? It's a good tackle from Horahan. Oh, that's going to be just unlucky. Really, really, really annoying and unlucky. So I think that could be it for this formation. I'm really getting annoyed with Grealish, and I'm really getting annoyed with a number of our other creative players, to be honest. Where'd Jill go? He went back there. So let's take Horahan off. Push him up. We have nothing to lose at this point. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit unlucky to have a tackle like that sort of fall to the feet of Berahino. It's extremely unlucky to have Berahino score against you. Oh, but it's just not good enough. It's just sloppy and not good enough. I think we're going to have a team meeting here, because you get the feeling things may have just clocked off a little bit. Alright, we have 15 minutes to try and save something from here. It's really disappointing too, because Bournemouth lost and we could have really taken a step forward here. Wilson, can he pick someone out? To Carlos Shield? No, but Taylor! Goal! That's better. That gives us a little way back into the game now, doesn't it? You see, Conte picks a nice ball out for Wilson. Wilson picks out Gilles. Gilles doesn't score, but the rebound falls to Taylor, who knocks it in quite nicely for his first goal for the club. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better now. Now, if we come back again with this formation, then it's just beyond doubt that this is just how we're going to have to play from now on. Even though we haven't been completely convincing as well, you couldn't accuse us of playing particularly well. Do we have another chance? We do have another chance. Gilles knocks it in to Virtue, back across goal. It's fallen for Wilson. It just can't quite get the shot away. Penalty? No, it's a good tackle, isn't it? Are we going to get done on the counter now? Can Wilson win that back? He can win that back. It's not... Now are we going to get done on the counter? They're bringing it away. You would think, I'd like to think at least, that we have this relatively under control. What is this highlight? Can we win that? Oh, I just beaten to it. He had to go for it really, didn't he? Decent save, Golini. Okay. Someone get on the end of this. This is our nice counter-attacking equaliser. Here it comes. I mean, that's just not good. So I think that's the comeback off. We don't really want to see that again. So yeah, I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to have a team meeting and tell them they've had a great season. Let's just push on and finish it strong. Something along those lines. I think we can safely say that this formation is the one we need to go forward with. I don't think any of our wingers are really producing. Carlos Yil, at least this way, can play in the middle, and I think he looks a little bit more dangerous. That's a terrible pass. Oh, for the love of... We'll just have to write this one. No, we haven't really had a actually terrible game yet this season, and this is definitely it. 4-1 to Stoke is just unbelievably bad. Alright, let's just finish this. It's a decent win by Virtue. I think we'll have to give him a start as well. I think he's done well whenever he's come on. I think you can see a lot of the form of the guys. Horahan's dropped off. Bjornsson has been hot and cold. But that's just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Taylor, funnily enough, who is usually terrible, was actually quite good. But, yeah. What a terrible, terrible game. And not a great episode, you have to say, as well. I mean, we had the comeback, or if you can call one goal a comeback against Huddersfield, but that's just not good enough. I'm really angry at that. Alright, so what we'll do is have a look at the league table. Do we come back for Bournemouth? Let's see, Spurs are gone above us now. I don't think there's really that much riding on the Bournemouth game anymore, is there? If we'd both won, then there would have been. So what we'll do is, I think at this point, the season's just about done, isn't it? They've got a game in hand. You would assume they'd win. 7th might get us into Europa League, depending who wins the cups. Yeah, so I think I'm just so angry, guys. I'm struggling. So what we might do is we might come back. We'll get this season done. We'll just come back for Tottenham Fulham at the end. What do you think? We'll come back for that, and then we can wrap the season up. So that's it. If you did enjoy that for whatever reason, please do give me a thumbs up, maybe a sympathy thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe. As you can see, we usually do a lot better. Other than that, do enjoy the few goals we did score in March. I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Sería bueno que por las noches nos juntemos todos los amigos.